Thank you very much, Zuko. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the African National Congress is a voluntary organization whose membership, once taken up by an individual, comes with strict organizational discipline. The structures of this organizational discipline are demanded from all of us without exception, regardless of rank, years of service, or past records of leadership. For over a century, the ANC many storms and confronted challenging political moments by uncompromisingly asserting the principality of the organization over and above the force of personality of any of its leaders or members. History is replete with instances in which the ANC had to confront situations in which the actions of some of its members were in conflict with its organizational discipline and political values. This experience has helped the ANC evolve a constitution that defines the political line for all members. The constitution maps out progressive parameters within which all members must act and a clear framework of political recourse for when members act in conflict with the strategic political line and organizational discipline. The effectiveness of the ANC as a political organization has always depended on its capacity to function coherently and cohesively, with all members pulling together on the basis of a common mission, a binding code of conduct, and a commitment to positively reinforcing the political work of the organization. The historic mission of building a liberation movement with the capacity to map out the vision for a national democratic society and prosecute the political struggle of bringing it about has rested and still rests on the ability to enforce a clear strategic and organizational line that must be upheld by all members. The African National Congress hereby communicates, in terms of its constitution, the verdict of the National Disciplinary Committee proceedings in respect of the cases against Comrade Mandla Msibi and former President Jacob Zuma. We also want to place it on record that the verdicts have been duly communicated to the charged members as required. Item 40 of Annexure 3 to the ANC Constitution provides, I quote, "The disciplinary committee shall in writing report the outcome to the Secretary General or relevant provincial secretary and then publicly announce its finding," close quote. Accordingly, the NDC chairperson, Comrade N. Vasurti, acting as the chairperson, wrote to the office of the Secretary General, providing the ANC with the verdicts of the two cases. The first written communication from the NDC was on the 22nd July 2022 on the case of Comrade Mandla Msibi. The second verdict outcome relating to the matter of the ANC versus Jacob Zuma was received on the 28th July 2024. We hereby quote from the respective verdicts on these two matters separately. In the matter of ANC versus Msibi, following an appeal hearing by the National Disciplinary Committee, the NDC made the following finding in respect of Comrade Msibi on 22nd July 2022. Conviction, save for the last argument regarding improper splitting of charges which is upheld and not material to conviction, the remaining arguments raised by the appellant were dismissed. Sanction: the ANC argued for the dismissal of the appeal and implored the National Disciplinary Committee to impose a harsher sanction. In terms of Rule 25.23.3 of the ANC Constitution, the National Disciplinary Committee, sitting as an appeal body, is empowered to reconsider a harsher sanction if the circumstances warranted it. The National Disciplinary Committee is of the view that the call by the ANC for a harsher sanction was compelling for the following reasons. One, the action of the appellant displayed an utter disregard for the organization, its president, and its code of conduct. Two, the planning for the march had gone beyond the stage of attempt, and the evidence of the provincial secretary showed that the organizers, including the appellant, were defiant and not prepared to heed the call of the ANC national and provincial leaders to review their resolution and called off the march. Three, there was nothing political about the approach of the organizers, nor was there any justification for their actions. It was transactional in nature. You acceded to our demand regarding the Nkosi City Development Project, and we will attend your January 8th celebration. Four, major events of the ANC, such as the January 8th celebrations, attract widespread media attention. At the march, it will not only have seriously prejudiced the reputation of the organization, but could potentially have led to violent clashes with members and supporters in the stadium, resulting in damage to property, injury, and loss of life. However, the National Disciplinary Committee has taken into consideration the ground of appeal it upheld vis-a-vis that there was an improper splitting of charges which would have necessitated the imposition of a lesser sanction. After considering these two competing factors, the National Disciplinary Committee has decided not to interfere with the sanction imposed by the Provincial Disciplinary Committee, which it considers to be appropriate in the circumstances. Finding of the National Disciplinary Hearing on the matter of Mandla Msibi, the appeal is dismissed. The finding of the Provincial Disciplinary Committee is confirmed. In view of the above decision by the National Disciplinary Committee, the suspension of Comrade Mandla Msibi remains in effect. The comrade is still a member of the ANC and is afforded an opportunity to reconcile himself with the strategic political line of the ANC. In the matter of the ANC versus Zuma, following a disciplinary hearing, the matter of the ANC versus Jacob Zuma was heard on the 23rd July 2024 on a virtual platform. The National Disciplinary Committee made the following finding in respect of Mr. Zuma on the 28th of July 2024. The National Disciplinary Committee finds that the charged member is found guilty of contravening Rule 25.17.17.4 of the ANC Constitution, read with subsection 2, for prejudicing the integrity or repute of the organization by acting in collaboration with a registered political party to which the Umkhonto weSizwe party, which is not in alliance with the ANC, in a manner contrary to the aims, policies, and objectives of the African National Congress. The charged member is expelled from the ANC. The charged member has the right to appeal to the National Disciplinary Committee of Appeal within 21 days. The final verdict being, I quote, the charged member is expelled from the African National Congress. The charged member has the right to appeal to the National Disciplinary Committee of Appeal within 21 days. Close quote. Former President Jacob Zuma has actively impugned the integrity of the ANC and campaigned to dislodge the ANC from power, while claiming that he had not severed his membership. This conduct is irreconcilable with the spirit of organizational discipline and letter of the ANC Constitution. Furthermore, former President Zuma has been running on a dangerous platform that casts doubt on our entire constitutional edifice. He has meted out a host of anti-revolutionary outbursts, including mischievously calling into question the credibility of our electoral processes without cause and discrediting the rationale of our judicial system. The political values and democratic institutions he is mobilizing against were consciously embedded into our constitutional dispensation by the ANC as strategic advances of the values of the National Democratic Revolution. His platform is dangerous, appeals to extremist instincts in our body politic, and riles up political base that may foment social unrest. His actions reinforces the work of the primarily right-wing opponents of the National Democratic Revolution. Thank you.